Have you ever considered the possibility that once you turn 70, the daily bath you vowed to take your entire life, the one you've always thought kept you clean, fresh, and healthy, may be working against you? What if your go-to hot shower or extended soak in the tub is actually robbing you of your skin, draining your vitality, or even putting you at risk of a dangerous fall? Isn't that a shocking notion? We have been taught for years that taking more baths equates to improved hygiene. However, the rules change as we get older, and you might be shocked to learn the reality. We're revealing the truth in this video about how frequently seniors should take a bath, and I promise you it's not what you've always been told. Stay with us until the very end, because we're going to reveal 7 astounding facts that could completely change the way you or your loved ones approach personal care. You'll also learn the one expert-approved trick that keeps seniors looking young and healthy without ever having to enter a slippery bathroom. We're talking about thinner skin, hidden health risks, and a surprising shift in what cleanliness means after 70. Before we start, I would appreciate it because you won't believe how easy it is, and missing it could mean missing out on a safer, more pleasant existence. You can support me in spreading the old age lesson if you enjoy this video. To ensure you don't miss any videos, I advise you to subscribe and turn on the bell if you haven't already. Please leave the first remark if you enjoy this video. Please let me know in the first remark if you don't like it so I may improve the video for you. Let's get going now. First, taking a bath every day can damage elderly skin. The process of aging is unavoidable, and as we reach the age of 70, our skin undergoes a significant metamorphosis that radically changes its makeup and characteristics. The extent of these alterations has been clarified by decades of research, including important studies from universities like the University of California, San Francisco, and the University of Pittsburgh. Sebaceous glands, which secrete the natural oils that once kept skin soft and plump, drastically reduce their output as we age. The skin's outermost layer thins significantly, the epidermis loses density, and the underlying dermis weakens as a result of a decline in collagen and elastin production. The skin's capacity to control moisture is diminished as sweat glands also become less active. Because it no longer has the strong, greasy barrier that once shielded it from the weather, the skin is not just drier, but also significantly more delicate than it was in youth. The everyday routine of bathing, especially with hot water, strong soaps, or extended soaking, might exacerbate this innate susceptibility in older adults. The skin's protecting oil, sebum, is being stripped away with every shower or bath, leaving the skin vulnerable. Dermatologists observe that this procedure results in more than just surface-level discomfort. It starts a domino effect of degradation. Dryness, an arid feeling that can seem tight or prickly, is the first effect. The condition known as cirrhosis, which is derived from the Greek word for dry, takes hold in more severe cases, turning the skin into a rough, scaly landscape that is occasionally dotted with cracks or fissures that sting with every movement. This frequently progresses to persistent itching as irritation is caused by the skin's compromised barrier. These are not minor cracks. They may worsen underlying illnesses like dermatitis or bleed, attracting infection. Overbathing has practical effects on seniors' quality of life in addition to the physical costs. Consider the agony of having itchy skin that catches on clothes all day, or the frustration of itching so much that it interferes with sleep. It may already be difficult for people with arthritis or mobility impairments to take a daily shower. The burden is only increased when skin damage is included. Research indicates that hot water, in particular, speeds up this damage by dissolving lipids, which are fatty compounds essential to the skin's barrier, and alkaline soaps alter the skin's natural pH, which for older adults is between 4.5 and 5.5 in healthy states. This is not merely a matter of comfort or vanity, it is a real health risk. Over time, A well-meaning cleanliness habit could subtly weaken a senior's resilience, since compromised skin finds it difficult to fight off germs, fungi, or allergies, which can result in infections or worsen chronic wounds like ulcers. In a society where regular washing is commonly associated with cleanliness, this finding may make you reconsider how frequently you take a shower. It also shows that taking 2 less baths reduces the risk of infection. Less frequent bathing may strengthen an older person's resistance to infection. This isn't just conjecture. This conclusion is supported by science, as evidenced by publications such as the New England Journal of Medicine. Researchers who monitored senior citizens found a startling trend. Skin tears, those little but dangerous rips in the skin that appear insignificant but have enormous effects, were less common in those who had less baths. In contrast to young people's tough skin, which easily recovers from wounds, aging skin is paper-thin and takes a long time to heal. The relationship between bathing habits and skin tears is based on the way that water and soap interact with aging skin. Frequent washing, especially with hot water, erodes the lipid bilayer, a microscopic shield of fats and oils that hold skin cells together and keep moisture in. Harsh detergents exacerbate this damage by breaking down proteins like keratin, leaving the skin brittle and prone to splitting under the slightest pressure. Tears in this delicate tissue heal at a glacial pace due to decreased blood flow, a weakened immune system, and a decrease in cell turnover. Imagine brushing across a rough surface or putting on a sweater. Scrubbing, a typical practice to feel clean, causes mechanical stress and gradually weakens the structure of the skin. This constant cycle of washing and drying produces a battlefield of tiny tears and abrasions, all of which can serve as entry points for pathogens. Seniors who take fewer baths, every other day or 2 to 3 times a week, for example, give their skin an opportunity to restore its natural oils and fortify itself. Without giving the entire body a thorough rinse, cleanliness can be maintained by spot cleaning regions like the groin or armpits with a moist cloth. The advantages of this strategy go beyond preventing infections. Fewer skin tears translate into less discomfort, fewer medical visits, and a decreased chance of problems that could result in hospitalization, all of which are crucial factors for elderly people with restricted mobility or financial means. The Journal of Medicine in New England. Please let me know in the first remark below whether you're still watching this video and finding these ideas helpful. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to subscribe and put on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your sponsorship helps us continue generating good content to enlighten and inspire you. Now let's move forward. For seniors, 3 falls provide a greater risk than dirt. The bathroom is a possible danger zone rather than just a location for personal hygiene, and taking a bath every day raises the risk considerably. According to data, falls are one of the main causes of injury and even death for older persons. The American Geriatric Society has raised awareness of this problem. More than 1 in 4 adults over 65 fall each year, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. Falls result in millions of ER visits, innumerable fractures, and a significant number of deaths for people over 70. The risk increases as muscle strength declines, reflexes slow, and conditions like osteoporosis, neuropathy, or arthritis impair stability and balance. Damp, slick conditions. Consider how smooth tub enamel or shiny tiles covered in soap suds may make bathrooms a true minefield for elderly people who are already struggling with mobility issues. Daily baths increase this risk in ways that may not be immediately apparent. Every time you go to the shower, you have to go through a gauntlet, step over a tub ledge, balance on one leg to get in, or get out while soaking wet. The likelihood of a stumble increases dramatically when you factor in the cloud of steam that obscures eyesight, the confusion caused by heat, or the exhaustion from standing for extended periods of time. According to the American Geriatric Society, bathing practices frequently align with periods of high weariness, such as morning grogans or evening lethargy. This increases the likelihood that a fall in this situation will result in more than simply a bruise or scar. It could indicate a severe brain damage, a fractured hip, or a series of issues that make it harder to be independent. In contrast, if you cut back on your bathing frequency to once or twice a week and add sponge baths or sink washes for important regions, you can cut down on the number of high-risk restroom visits and limit your exposure to that dangerous environment by half or more. The trade-off here is obvious. Physical safety is far more important than immaculate cleanliness. A concussion or a fractured femur are significantly more dangerous than dirt, perspiration, or a slight stink. Preventing a fall could be the difference between a senior staying in their own home and moving into supported care if they are living alone or with little assistance. Reducing bath frequency addresses the underlying problem, resulting in fewer trips and falls. Practical adjustments like adding grab bars, using non-slip mats, or switching to seated showers can also be helpful. This is supported by the evidence. Prioritizing safety over an arbitrary norm of daily hygiene is not simply wise. Studies demonstrate that fall prevention techniques that focus on avoiding avoidable risks result in substantial declines in injury rates for older persons. It's a life-saving reset of priorities that prioritizes your health until your body takes care of itself. Indeed, your body is endowed with a rare ability that may seem like a bold claim. Mechanism that cleans itself without the need for a bar of soap or a drop of water. Instead of being a passive canvas, the skin is a living ecosystem full of natural oils, helpful microorganisms, and a delicately balanced pH and moisture balance. This isn't a new age trick. It's biology at action, refined over millions of years of evolution. For seniors whose skin already struggles with age-related frailty, these components work together to maintain it strong, healthy, and surprisingly clean. Cutting back on showers and letting the body do its work can preserve this natural harmony. Overbathing upsets this complex mechanism and destroys the very allies that protect it. This makes the argument that sometimes nature really knows best. The skin microbiome, a thriving community of bacteria, fungi, microorganisms, and even microscopic mites that colonize its surface, is at the center of the self-cleaning system. Rather than being germs to eradicate, many of these microbes are symbiotic partners. Species like Ketobacterium acnes and Staphylococcus epidermidis feed on dead skin cells, perspiration, and excess oils, breaking them down into harmless byproducts while outcompeting harmful pathogens. Their production of antimicrobial compounds is another benefit. Consider them as little chemical weapons that protect against invaders, such as the common cause of skin diseases, Staphylococcus aureus. In the meantime, sebum, an oily secretion from sebaceous glands, forms a protective layer over the skin, keeping moisture in and dirt out. There is no need for scrubbing because dead skin cells fall off spontaneously through a process called desquamation, shedding dirt with them. This delicate balance is maintained by the combination of cell turnover, bacteria, and oils. However, frequent bathing throws a wrench into this delicate system. Sebum is dissolved by hot water, leaving the skin vulnerable and dry. Because of their high pH, harsh soaps destroy beneficial bacteria, upsetting the balance of the microbiome and opening the door for discomfort or infection. This aggressive cleaning can tilt the scales from health to damage for seniors, whose microbial diversity wanes with age and whose oil production is already reduced. Studies published in dermatology journals, such as the Journal of Investigative Dermatology, indicate that frequent washing is associated with increased dryness, flare-ups of eczema, and even allergic reactions, all indicators of a malfunctioning system. On the other hand, bathing only a few times a week, maybe using gentle pH balancing cleansers when needed, helps the skin to stabilize its odor. The main hygiene issue can be resolved by washing the areas that sweat the most, such as the groin or underarms, while letting the rest of the body function naturally. This strategy is more than only useful for senior citizens. It's freeing. It maintains the integrity of the skin, lessens the physical demands of bathing, and is in line with the way the body was intended to work. Seniors today can learn from this resilience by trusting their bodies to maintain a baseline of cleanliness and health, which results in skin that is less irritated, more balanced, and better equipped to fend for itself. Historical context supports the argument that humans thrived for centuries with minimal bathing, relying on nature's toolkit long before daily showers became a cultural norm in the 20th century. This proves that stepping back from the soap can occasionally be a step forward in well-being. Please let me know in the second remark below if you're still watching this video and finding these ideas helpful. To ensure you don't miss any videos, I advise you to subscribe and turn on the bell if you haven't already. We can keep producing high-quality content to educate and uplift you thanks to your support. Let's go ahead now. According to 5 experts, once or twice a week is sufficient. Get ready for a discovery that could contradict all of your personal hygiene education. Seniors should only take a bath once or twice a week, according to top dermatology and geriatrics experts. This is not an invitation to compromise standards or to stop being clean. It is a purposeful, evidence-based change that is far from neglect and is suited to the special requirements of aging bodies and skin. This method reflects a growing awareness that those over 70 can be harmed rather than helped by excessive washing. The recommendation comes from a chorus of authoritative voices, including dermatologists, geriatricians, and researchers who have studied the relationship between aging and hygiene. It's a radical departure from the daily bath mantra that's ingrained in modern culture, but it's one that's gaining traction as science peels back the layers of what truly keeps us healthy in later life. For example, recommendations from groups such as the American Academy of Dermatology and opinions from experts at Johns Hopkins University emphasize that taking a bath frequently isn't a universally applicable requirement. As we've seen, aging skin is thinner, drier, and less greasy, which makes it more vulnerable to soap and water damage. However, the counsel is more comprehensive than that. The goal is to match a senior's general health with their personal cleanliness. Experts stress that the frequency of bathing should depend on personal comfort, activity level, health, and individual factors. For instance, a senior who plants every day or a sedentary retiree who spends most of their days indoors produces significantly less sweat and dirt than a younger, energetic person. A person with chronic wounds or incontinence may require focused cleaning, but not so much as a full body bath. This customized method dispels the antiquated belief that taking a bath every day is the gold standard for everyone. This guideline, which has its roots more in 20th century marketing, believes that soap advertisements that emphasize freshness rather than medical necessity are inapplicable to elderly people. Think about the evidence. While less frequent washing maintains the skin's natural defenses, studies reveal that excessive bathing is associated with increased rates of skin breakdown, irritation, and even pressure sores in frail adults. Practicality also plays a part. Maintaining hygiene without the hassle of a thorough rinse is possible by taking a bath once or twice a week and adding spot cleaning with a washcloth for regions like the face, hands, or groin. Additionally, experts note that odor, which is frequently the main reason for frequent bathing, can be controlled with little effort. Seniors can get by with deodorant, a fast wipe, or a change of clothes. Cutting corners is not the point here. It's about making wise adjustments to what their bodies require, demonstrating that when science and common sense are used, less really is more. Seniors can get tired from taking 6 baths a day. Even though taking a shower may seem easy, many seniors over 70 find it to be a taxing experience that has a significant negative physical impact. This frequently disregarded fact has been brought to light by the Journal of the American Medical Association, or JAMA, which describes how washing can deplete energy stores, put stress on aging bodies, and even cause incapacitating symptoms. In youth, seemingly simple activities like climbing out of a tub, standing beneath a stream, or taking a shower can become extremely taxing. Bathing has many physical demands, and cutting back to fewer baths not only protects skin and lowers the danger of falls, but also saves valuable energy and turns bath time from a taxing job into a tolerable routine when muscles weaken, joints stiffen, and stamina wanes. They are dissected with sobering clarity by research. For starters, standing for 10 or 15 minutes under warm water can tax the cardiovascular system, especially for seniors with heart conditions or poor circulation. The heat dilates blood vessels, potentially dropping blood pressure and leaving them dizzy or lightheaded, a recipe for fainting in a slippery space. Then there's the breathlessness. Those with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, or weakened lungs might struggle to inhale steamy air, panting through what should be a relaxing moment for the millions of seniors with arthritis. Nearly half of adults over 65 per the CDC. Every move hurts, bending to wash feet, reaching to scrub the back, or gripping a bar of soap inflames creaky joints, turning a bath into a gauntlet of pain. Even getting in and out of a bathtub requires strength and balance, which may become difficult, particularly if neuropathy has caused the feet to lose their feeling. The fallout is equally exhausting. After toweling off, drying difficult-to-reach areas, and dressing, SAP uses up what little energy is left, leaving some seniors so exhausted that they must lie down. JAMA observes instances where this fatigue persists and interferes with daily activities. Consider foregoing a meal, going for a walk, or sleeping in place of interacting with others. Daily bathing can put people with chronic fatigue or fragility into a vicious cycle of exhaustion and undermine their independence. Contrast this with a more relaxed routine that involves taking a bath once or twice a week, maybe assisted with a handheld nozzle or a chair in the shower. This preserves stamina for what matters, playing with grandkids, tending a hobby, or simply enjoying the day. The advantages are supported by studies. Cutting back on showering isn't a compromise for older individuals. It's been shown that energy conservation improves both physical and emotional health. Seniors who take fewer baths report feeling less tired and happier. It's a strategic choice to reclaim vitality and keep bath time from becoming a battle. Please let me know in the third remark below if you're still viewing this video and finding these ideas helpful. To ensure you don't miss any videos, I advise you to subscribe and turn on the bell if you haven't already. We can keep producing high-quality content to educate and uplift you thanks to your support. Let's go ahead now. 7. Hygiene involves more than just taking a shower. This is the most significant paradigm change of all. The notion that cleanliness necessitates a daily soak is a cultural artifact rather than a universal reality. And contemporary alternatives demonstrate that you can remain clean, healthy, and dignified without using a shower or bathtub. For seniors, the fact that hygiene is not synonymous with a full body bath is freeing. A clever, customized self-care toolkit includes wet wipes, hand washing, dental care, clean clothes, and routine grooming. Air that sidesteps the risks of frequent bathing while keeping seniors comfortable and confident. This isn't about lowering standards. It's about reinventing them to match the reality of aging, illustrating that successful hygiene is less about water volume and more about strategic, tailored decisions. Consider the possibilities, each a practical powerhouse in its own right. Wet wipes, those pre-moistened marvels, give a quick, gentle approach to clean important areas, like the underarms, groin, or face, where sweat and bacteria tend to collect. They're gentle enough for fragile skin, demand no rinsing, and avoid the need to stand or balance in a slippery space. A key component of infection prevention, hand washing removes dirt and germs from the areas where they are most likely to remain. Fingers that come into contact with faces, food, or doorknobs without washing the entire body. In the debate over bathing, oral care is frequently disregarded. Brushing teeth, flossing, and using mouthwash eliminate bacteria that cause disease and odor, maintaining breath freshness and health. Light, breathable clothing that is changed every day also wicks away moisture and odor, and a quick comb through or wipe down of hair keeps a polished appearance. You can achieve effects without the hassles of a complete rinse by adding targeted products like body mist or deodorant. For seniors who are dealing with environmental or physical challenges, this method is not only practical but revolutionary. An 80-year-old with weak hands or a bad knee may find it difficult to climb into a tub or wrestle with a shower head. But in colder climates, where wet hair and cold bathrooms can cause shivers or pneumonia, wiping down with a cloth or changing a shirt is manageable. Dry shampoo or a warm washcloth is far more effective than a full bath. This change is supported by studies. Seniors who use such bathing alternatives report feeling equally as clean and socially acceptable as those who bathe every day, with less complaints of exhaustion or skin problems, according to geriatric nursing research. Because it gives individuals the freedom to maintain hygiene on their own terms, rather than following a strict one-size-fits-all schedule, it's a dignity-preserving tactic, particularly for those who have caretakers. It turns out that hygiene is a flexible, low-risk art form that elders may learn, since it is more about what works for them than it is about soap suds. The daily bath routine, which has long been hailed as a pillar of health and propriety, may be subtly undermining the well-being of elders over 70. It's difficult to dismiss the mounting evidence that aging skin, with its thinning layers and vanishing oils, is harmed by regular washing and becomes dry, itchy, and cracked. The danger of a little dirt is greatly outweighed by the fall risk posed by slippery bathrooms. The body itself provides a counterintuitive wisdom, but energy needs rise, depleting the stamina of already overextended bodies. When left alone together, its natural cleaning systems, which include both shedding cells and helpful bacteria, succeed. These elements suggest a startling new reality. Taking a bath once or twice a week, depending on individual needs, may lead to healthier skin, fewer risks, and a higher standard of living. This hunch isn't unique. Supported by specialists in fields ranging from geriatrics to dermatology, it is a synthesis of knowledge and application. Reducing routines protects and preserves, while excessive bathing causes more harm than good, according to studies from the American Geriatric Society, the New England Journal of Medicine, and the Journal of the American Medical Association. Imagine the advantages of having soft skin rather than scaly skin, mornings free from fatigue or dangerous slips, and energy saved for conversation or a walk rather than a grueling shower. Rethinking hygiene means replacing the tub with a wipe, the bath with a clean shirt, and relying on the body to take care of the rest. Customization is crucial. Just as the optimal rhythm is shaped by environment, culture, or health conditions. A 75-year-old marathon runner may require more than a bedridden peer. Speaking with a healthcare professional is therefore essential, whether for you or a loved one, as they are able to find the ideal balance between personal eccentricities and medical knowledge. Who knew that getting out of the bathtub could lead to a better life? Decades of habits are being turned upside down in this quiet revolution in self-care. Seniors have the opportunity to let go of an antiquated burden and embrace a lighter, safer, and more active way of aging that respects the body's wisdom over social norms. Less water, less risk, and more life. That's the unanticipated benefit of taking fewer baths, and it's a reality worth embracing. That concludes the surprising truth about how frequently seniors should take a bath after the age of 70 and why, in terms of maintaining their comfort, safety, and health, less may be more. We've discussed anything from how taking a bath every day might dry your delicate skin and raise your risk of falling to how your body's natural processes may be more effective than you may realize and how experts advise cutting back to just once or twice a week. Isn't that a lot to absorb? Thus, I would like to hear from you. What do you currently know about seniors? Hygiene that has made you more aware. Think about one thing that has stayed with you from this video, something you are prepared to implement in your life or share with a loved one. Perhaps using wet wipes instead of a daily shower, putting hand hygiene first, or simply reconsidering what cleanliness means as we get older. Leave a comment below with it. I'd want to know how you're feeling about this. Please leave a comment below if you enjoy this video, and remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more thought-provoking videos like this one. Your encouragement keeps us going, and I'm excited to share more healthy and intelligent living tips with you. Thanks for watching.